All right, we're going to finally break. Bill Burr is here, playing Carolines all this weekend.
Oh, shit.
He enters the studio as we take a break.
Hey! Hi, Bill.
Bill, we haven't taken a break yet, so we're going to do that, and we'll get to Bill Burr next.
Yes.
Stay there. Let's do this. Bill Burr in studio, playing Carolines all weekend long, and Roland just walked in here to tell me that all the shows are sold out except for Sunday night at 10:30.
The added show Sunday, 212-757-4100.
And even those tickets, Roland's saying not many left for Sunday's 10:30 show. That means Bill Burr is fucking huge.
Well, I have this YouTube video where I get kicked in the balls on a unicycle, and it went viral. That's how you make it now. Has nothing to do with material. I like how there was no laugh. People are like, really? Is that what you did?
We don't know.
Yeah, it's like
you never know
it's
now.
anything but the jokes now.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Bill were talking a little hockey, and I think we're both in agreement. Are you going to agree to what I said?
Okay, my heart says the Bruins.
You have to say the Bruins because you're a
thing.
Boston guy.
Right, but this is the best I'll say. I have a bad feeling that not only Tampa's going to win the series, I think that they're going to win the whole thing.
I think so too. That's who I'm saying is winning the Stanley Cup this year. It's only down to 4 teams, so it's pretty easy to say that now. But I think the Tampa Bay Lightning have the skills, and they got the hot goalie right now.
Yeah, they got 3 fucking snipers,
right,
as they say in Boston, and I don't believe in Vancouver and San Jose because they're playing streaky hockey, which you can't do in the playoffs. I'll tell you, if I'm Vancouver, I got to be thinking. I really sound like one of those morons, but that's what I really. And
look at Rolison. He starts out on the Islanders, who didn't have a chance after November 1st, and now he's got a run at the Stanley Cup at 43 years old.
I know, but we actually knocked him out of the game last time. I thought, you know, who's the funniest guy to watch to read about hockey is in Boston is Dan Shaughnessy. Because
I fucking hate that guy.
He doesn't watch any of it, and he knows nothing about hockey but everything about the Red Sox. So somehow he builds every article around. I'm telling you, people in Boston just watch subtly how he'll work. He worked in, like, when we were playing the Canadians, he worked in The Curse of the Babe.
Right.
That was the foundation of his article. Boston Bruins versus last article I read that he wrote about hockey. He actually worked the pesky pole into it. I'm like, Jesus,
the pesky pole.
No, it reads like some kid, you know, when you had those blue book tests and you didn't know the answer, and you're like, all right, I got to fill up 3 fucking pages here. So I am really, really, really excited.
You know,
the guy looks exactly like Eastside Dave, by the way.
Another Eastside Dave look like.
Wow. But that guy knows baseball. He knows basketball, but he does not know hockey. Let me
take that.
He filibusters his way through the whole thing.
Let me take that thought. Another guy that is a hardcore sports guy for the city that doesn't know hockey. Mike and the Mad Dog, when they were the big fucking sports show here in New York, never talked hockey, and basically admitted they didn't like it. And now that it's two separate,
pretending.
But now it's 2 separate sports shows. Both of them don't really do the hockey thing. They do a little bit. How are you? You're a sports talk guy, and you don't do hockey. I don't understand.
That's why I love
hockey. And this
hockey.
guy doesn't do it either there in Boston.
That's why I love it. Hockey is a rogue sport.
Even for the guys that are supposed to follow it.
A rogue sport.
It is for their job.
They allow fighting. Most people don't understand. Why do they let them fight? You know, and I love when people ask me that question, because then I just know I don't need to talk to you for the rest of the evening, because I never questioned it. The first time I saw it, I'm like, they can fight? This is awesome. Yeah, exactly. That's what a hockey fan says.
Of course. You don't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
And you understand why the fight is important in hockey. That's why when the NHL tries to fucking clean it up a little bit, it's
an intimidation thing, you know?
Do you know that to start the Sharks Vancouver series, the 2 captains are out there. I think Kessler's the captain. I don't know, but what's his face? Jesus Christ, Joe Thornton. They come up for the opening face-off. 2 goal-scoring all-stars. And Thornton looks at Kessler and goes, want to fight? Just to start. You know how awesome the series would be if they did that?
Started duking it out. Right?
Yeah, 2 goal scorers. It'd be like you went to high school and the 2 nerds just started battling it out. People would be like, oh, fuck, everybody. This is going to be awesome.
This is great.
That gets everyone pumped instead of the enforcers going at it. Like, what? Is this really happening?
Was he kidding or no?
No, he was dead serious.
Yeah. That's what hockey's just great. I don't have a team in it. I don't even have a second-tier team in it right now, so it's kind of tough to watch.
Yeah, I got to say.
But I think Tampa Bay's going to win it. Yeah. I didn't even know Rolson got knocked out the other night. I didn't see that game.
But the violence kids are watching, they're just going to emulate it. It's bad.
I can't do baseball anymore at all.
I'm slowly coming around. I haven't watched in 2 years.
Really?
Once one particular Red Sox, my favorite Red Sox, tested positive for something, and I was just like, you know what? I can't.
Who's your favorite Red Sox?
I'm not even going to say his name.
Okay.
I'm going to say his name, but he did a lot of damage. A lot of damage to the Yankees, and I was like, finally, this is the savior. And then 2 years later, actually, he was on horse tranquil. We haven't proven it yet. And I'm like, just you're really going to you're going to take the fairy tale away from me, living vicariously through this as if something great actually happened in my life.
Figures, right?
Yeah, so I haven't
But they
been able
all
to
did
watch.
steroids. Just about all of them. The only ones yipping about it are the ones that didn't.
I still count the whatever we did against the Yankees because our roided up guys beat your roided up guys. It was a fair.
You're talking to Anthony. I'm a Mets fan.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you guys took the roids for some reason.
But I'm not really a Mets fan.
They didn't take with the Mets.
Yeah.
They got some shitty roids.
They had a horrible dealer.
Yeah, I don't know what they cut your shit with, but
they were buying them from Bernie Madoff.
You didn't get the good stuff, yeah.
Made you peter out in the end of September. Sorry, was that too
No,
sensitive?
it was my Bernie Madoff riff.
What? Hysterical.
Horrendous. It
It was good.
was terrible.
I liked it.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Thought you wedged it in there kind of nice.
Yeah. Thought it'd be clever because the whole scandal, but I was wrong.
You picked an old scandal.
Yeah, I know, but it's like my bumper sticker says, clever doesn't always equal funny. Does it?
Selling those after the anti-social shows, are you?
Yes, I've been opening
Yeah.
with that. It's been getting big laughs all over.
Look at it. I love when the little kids fucking fight
This
because they're
ain't no
emulating
real
their
fucking fight.
They're emulating
Go
their
on.
fucking heroes.
That's me.
I'll watch YouTube.
That's
video. 2
hilarious.
kids fighting.
What happened to the? Whatever.
Jesus.
2 little kids.
I've learned that
going
on
at it.
YouTube. Anytime anybody says best something ever, it never
It
is.
sucks.
It never is. But that's like the joke.
I can I get tweeted links that just say, "Hey Anthony," and it's a link, and then I take the time to click on it. And I'm like, "What the fuck did I do that?"
Oh, yeah.
It's never good. It's never good, and it's usually some piece of shit that I've seen already.
I got a good one. Type in teacher hits student. Dude, this is like one of the greatest slaps to the head I've ever seen.
Teacher hits.
Right here. Teacher hit student, crazy wow. See, there's 2 people, they're sort of joshing with each other.
Every time the
yeah.
teacher turns around, they're fucking with each other. The kids are.
Turn it more towards us, Sam.
The teacher keeps catching them. This is the second time. Do not do this.
Oh shit!
Does it again when the teacher turns. Oh, is that real? Oh shit! Why did they stop the camera right after that?
Because they're probably afraid they were next.
Yeah.
Watch how he braces himself like he's going to do something. He sort of leans to the left and then freezes and takes it right in the chin. Watch.
Bam! Wow. He fucking open hand.
I'm going to tell you
smacked
right
him.
now, that's why other countries are catching up with America, because
That's
that's
right.
still legal.
Look at that.
That's right. You shut the fuck
Man,
up when the
he
teacher's talking.
windmilled him. He came all the way around.
There's no excuse that kid couldn't block that.
Yeah, true.
He telegraphed it.
More importantly, who's the douchebag that had a dislike that?
Probably the
video?
guy who is probably the one who got knocked on the floor.
Yeah, there's always
Well, then
that
that would
little
be-
dislike.
That would
Ears
be
still ringing.
That would be we can understand that, but
Yeah, who's the guy that
who's
disliked
the
it?
asshole that has to dislike that? to
Is
be
there one
different?
dislike?
That's a great video. 28 dislikes.
That's funny to
Seriously?
that guy. Fuck, what a lesson we learned here. Don't fuck around in this guy's class.
That's a great video. Bill Burr's right. We'll tweet that
See,
shit
no
for
one,
everybody.
no one fucking sends me those though.
There's another one in there.
There's
There's
some
some fight
fake
at
shit
like
or-
a Del Taco, and it's 3 against 2, and the kids who just have 2, they win. And there's one of the kids who starts it with the 3. He gets knocked out 3 times in this fight. It's fucking amazing.
Oh shit!
He catches he goes to punch one kid and he misses, and then he's just sort of his chin's hanging out there. And the other kid steps in, hits him, and he does that classic lawn dart fall, where your whole body just goes limp like a slinky, and you just go head first into the dirty tiles of a fast food restaurant, and then he slides from the grease from the French fries a little bit, right? Then it's 2-on-2, right? Then he comes to, right as he comes to, somebody kicks him in the face, he's out again. And then the third time, he gets like basically probably 3 concussions in this fight.
Brutal.
Yeah, never lands a punch.
It really is. I do like the fight videos, especially fast food fights. I like those Because they're always like, oh, shit, this is cray, motherfucker. Look at that. And they always got to turn the camera on and go, this crazy fighting.
Yeah.
Because they got to get themselves up. This is getting on YouTube.
And there's some good fights in there, too. You know, you get into an economic level where it's, you know, me or you.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in there with the whole family getting the 99-cent meal.
Yeah. That's a good punch.
Oh.
There was a video that I saw yesterday. I guess some guys were playing shenanigans with that purse. You see that one? There's a purse on a string.
Some tomfoolery, Anthony?
Some tomfoolery. And shenany guy. And they had a purse on a string, and it was in the middle of the road.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And people were like stopping to get it, and when they reached down to get it, they'd pull the fucking thing, and it would scare the shit out of people. And it was all fun and games and funny. And
that's hilarious.
So this black couple pulls up, and the woman gets out. She goes to get the purse, and it gets pulled away, and she goes, ah! Like it freaked her out.
Right.
So she gets back into the vehicle, and I guess goes around the block, and the kids reposition the purse. So she drives and stops right on top of the string. So they try to pull it, and it's hitting the tire. Then she gets out and starts pulling on the fucking pocketbook and breaks it from the string to fuck up these kids' gag, I guess.
Jesus.
So then the kid walks up and goes, hey, give me my purse back and shit. And this black guy gets out of the fucking car, takes his shirt off. He's built like a brick shithouse and just going, go to fuck home, man. Go home. You best go home. He's ready to kick the shit out of this little prankster white kid. And I think the only thing that stopped him was his chick kind of was getting in between, like, you know, if you beat up this little white kid, you're going to fucking jail.
No, it's over.
Well, I get so mad because you got
end
pranked.
up on YouTube.
I don't know. It's fucking. It was. I don't know.
Maybe the purse matched her shoes. And she
really wanted it. But this guy just instantly gets out of the car, takes his shirt off, and now he's just fucking showing these amazing fucking muscles and shit. He's like, ready. He'd have killed the kid too.
That's really old school. Did he put his hands up like the fighting
He was
Irish?
like, yeah, the fighting Irish stance.
Come on, see?
Yeah, put up your dukes.
Yeah. What is it, the Marquis of Queensberry rules? Is that what you have to fight by? Put him up.
What are the rules?
I don't know. You just got to fucking punch someone in the face till they fall down.
Yeah, that's that.
No, there are no
YouTube
rules.
Yeah.
On a street fight, there are no rules. Just hope there's no camera around when they see the dirty shit.
That's it.
That would get you a 20-game suspension.
There's
I hate when movies have like clever moments like that. There's only 2 rules. Number 1, obey the rules. Number 2, there are no rules. Ugh. You know
you didn't like that in Fight Club?
He goes, you know what I'm talking
You didn't like that in Fight Club?
Is that in Fight Club?
Well, sort of.
No, I don't.
You know, you don't. Rule number 1. Rule number 1 was, you know.
I don't think, Jim, I don't think we quite knew what you were talking about. We didn't quite know what Jim was talking about. What he said was actually hilarious. And then when we didn't react, he just goes, you know what I'm talking about?
That was the equivalent of I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm being serious. I'm not trying to make a joke here.
Kidding aside, guys. I did do that.
Opie picked that up.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bill Burr. Big story.
Yeah,
you know,
Now we're hearing the love child is what, in college? I mean,
14.
his age gets
Yeah, it was 10.
older every day.
Now it's
Now we're up to 14.
14.
14-year-old.
And the pictures look exactly like a young Arnold.
What's your take on this? Because we're basically saying, what a pig.
The woman's a slob.
She's a fucking pig.
it's a little reckless.
Yeah. And tad reckless.
Look,
I mean,
you know,
even the younger version of hers.
Yeah, but
it's
here's the
rough
thing.
to look at.
dude, I'm telling you right now, she did some things to him that his wife never did.
Well,
So
that's-
okay,
Yeah.
Come on, figuring that out.
you know what? I thought that was actually. I didn't say it said TMZ. I thought that was actually writing on her dress.
Yeah.
like some new style of clothes. What do I think? Who hasn't? Shit where you eat. You know, we've all done it. The next day, woken up going, "Good Lord, my 2 worlds have just collided. How am I gonna finesse this one?" But this guy, I was saying to Jim, he took shitting where you eat to the end.
Yeah.
I don't know where you go beyond that.
That's as close as you can get, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was at the house talking with the wife.
The wife was commiserating about Arnold's affairs with her.
Really?
She was complaining he has affairs, And the woman's like, well, it's just the way he is. And I guarantee
Can
Maria
you believe that? Well, yeah, believe it or not, I can.
Yeah, Maria Shriver probably said one thing that made this woman want to fuck him. Like, he just can't. I mean, his big Austrian cock is so thick. I don't know how anybody takes it. That lady's little light in her head went on
If
like,
she
oh.
was the house person there, that means when she had a kid, at some point, what's her name, Maria?
Yeah.
She probably held the baby and took a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had them 5 days apart. They had kids 5 days apart.
Oh, looking at the face,
Arnold's
just kind of
son
going like,
with Maria.
that's that jaw's awful wide.
Baby had a little flat top and sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does
Kid the
look-
Terminator.
Oh, Chip. Oh, fucking Chip.
Well, now our pal Ian Halpern's saying there could be up to six women or 6 other children.
6 other children, I think.
You know,
saying.
I think I think you can't judge somebody for doing some shit like that until you've been in their position with that level of temptation. I think it's very easy to be an out of shape slob shuffling to and from your piece of shit. You know, I saw this thing one time. Russ Maneve told me about this show. They were showing people who won the lottery and how
it's the greatest show.
how it ruined their lives. There was this guy,
one after another.
big slob, worked at like a Home Depot or something, you know, married his high school sweetheart, love of his
shit.
life,
Yeah,
just one of
yeah.
these great guys. If he died, straight to heaven, express lane, right? Never did anything bad. He wins the lottery. All of a sudden, the hottie at Home or whatever the fucking place was starts paying attention to him, and he didn't know how to handle it. Next thing you know, he starts banging her. He gets caught. His wife goes, "It's over." He goes, "Fine." He moves out, and after 3 days, he's like, "What am I doing?" So he calls her up to get her back, and the wife says, "Go fuck yourself." And then he hangs up all dejected, and then she goes, "What am I doing?" So then she drives over there to reconcile with him, and by the time she got over there, the guy killed himself.
Holy shit.
Okay? This guy stepped into Schwarzenegger's world for like 3 weeks, and he couldn't handle it.
couldn't take
he
it.
offed himself.
And Schwarzenegger, for 14
This
years.
poor bastard has had to live with his fame and power
Yeah.
for 30 years. He's
Poor
a victim.
guy.
He's a victim.
But why not play it safe there, Bill Burr? That's my question. Wear a bag or maybe pull out. Make sure you're not getting women pregnant.
Because, look, the same way old people still say colored instead of African American, this guy is not going to wear a bag. He came up in the 60s and 70s. There was nothing. You got a shot in the ass, you were fine. He's just living by the old rules.
old school rules, man.
And probably in
No
the end, he doesn't
bag.
give a shit. He probably didn't even fucking like Maria Shriver.
It's the
He was
kids
probably-
involved, though. Oh,
That was a marriage of convenience for his political career.
I'm thinking.
You have to understand what this
yeah.
guy accomplished in his life and how
Yes.
like just invincible he must feel.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no way a guy who talks like he talks should become a movie star. A love
yeah.
interest.
How did he do that?
Could do a movie with Danny DeVito and it's a huge hit. None of it makes
Comedy.
sense. And then and then becomes governor.
You're right.
My fellow Americans.
California.
He probably
here.
said comrade during his fucking political speeches, and he still got elected. Why wouldn't he think he could go raw and bang his fucking housewife? We will have a kid, and you will shut up.
And she did.
and she did. And they fired her, and that's why she was threatening to talk, and that's why it broke. I forget why he had to tell.
Why did he fire her?
Yeah.
I think that it was Maria wanted her fired because
boy.
of she knew, she found out. I wonder if the kid was just looking too much like him, and people were starting to know. There's something happened, something
Had
got
to be.
set in motion where the fucking lady
All
was
he
going
had to
talk.
do is sit down with her and just say, look, she found out. So obviously, just out of respect for her, this is how it's going to go down. All right. I'll make a big show out of it. I'm going to fire you, but you're still on the payroll.
Yeah, don't worry
All
about
right.
it.
I'm going to take care of you and our kid. I love our kid. Just
yeah,
say all the shit you
Gonna
guys say.
set you up at a nice
You
place.
can't. Yeah. Once women feel like the gravy train is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they make their next business move, which nowadays is to write the book.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
to go on
Yep.
TV. You know it's coming.
Yeah, the dejected, scorned woman.
Yeah.
Well, she'll say some
I
shit.
bet she what did you photoshopped Schwarzenegger's head on a picture of Tiger Woods and sent it to him. Get ready for the next week.
You want this?
But they would fuck unprotected in the house during the day. It was an ongoing thing. I actually feel bad for his wife because she remembers every conversation she had with that woman.
I don't feel bad for
about
her.
his cheating.
She knew. She's stupid for fucking hanging in there like that. She knew.
Yeah.
She had to know years ago.
Yeah, she
So
knew.
why
he
the
was
fuck
cheating
did
her.
she stay in it?
Because she had
Because
kids
she
with
wanted to
him.
be. Nah, that's bullshit. I think it had more about the power of the whole thing.
But she left. No,
She
she's a
kinda
Kennedy,
bailed
man.
at it.
I think there
She's a
is-
Kennedy.
I think that's a good point. There's an element of okay, so I'm going to leave this guy. But she's a Kennedy though, so she does have money.
She's not impressed by power. She's fucking. She's
I don't
like.
know about
But she
that,
left
man.
her whole career and shit.
But that's what I'm saying. She
But he
left a
was-
very
Yeah.
prestigious job
He
to
was
be
the
with him. She loved
governor
him.
of
Yeah.
California. That's way the fuck up there.
She was with him before that. She was with him for 20 years, 25
Yeah.
years.
Yeah,
When he was just a movie actor.
Yeah.
Like, she loved this guy. She's again, she's a fucking Kennedy, man. They're,
I think
they're
the
used
love-
to powerful people.
I think the love left that relationship a long time ago.
Maybe. And
I
she
really
knew he was
do.
cheating, too. She knew.
I think it's a world we don't understand. It's a whole power thing. And sure, she's a Kennedy, but she wanted to keep that power going. And maybe that would fuck up the Kennedy power, that she was a weak, that this happened to her. So maybe she was hoping that
Yeah.
she could keep it all together. You know what I mean?
I think Kennedy was. I think Schwarzenegger was just like a fan of politics, and he was like fascinated with the Kennedys. That's probably why he married her. Kind of like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Nick Cage married like Elvis's daughter.
Yeah.
You know.
And
Right.
I think,
Can I wear his blue suede shoes? You know?
Yeah.
and I think
Can I go upstairs
Yeah.
to Graceland? You know, you just like got such a fan.
take a dump on the death
Yeah,
toilet.
then he sees the toilet and he's like, oh, I got to fuck her forever now?
Let me ask you this: Why are the
Once the tour's over, God, I married her.
why are the Clintons still married? It's a power thing. They're not in love with each other, but they know they're better. Their careers are better if they're still married.
I think they're two peas in the pod. In a pod. However
Yeah.
you say it. Two peas
Yeah,
in the
two peas in a pod.
In the pod.
I-
in the
Yes.
pod.
Yeah, I think they're the exact same. They choose. They choose the whole political thing. It's better for us to stay together.
That's
This is-
way
yeah,
more
yeah.
important than the love aspect of this whole fucking thing. And I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah, they
I think there's
replace
some of
love
that
with, like,
at play here
career
with Maria
shit.
Shriver. I really do.
Well, she actually got to run for president just because she was married to one. It was one of the most hilarious things
right,
ever.
right. Hillary never would have fucking been able to do that.
Right.
Yeah. If I watch a plumber fix my sink, should I then just be a plumber?
You're a plumber.
I stood next to him when he fixed it.
You're qualified.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. This is one of the worst speeches I ever saw.
No, the worst is
Wait.
I'm something long way. What would she say? When she spoke to the black congregation, did you ever hear that?
She was trying to
Oh, is it bad?
add in a little southern
You know
black
how we
twang.
do.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, she's fucking horrendous.
What about-
I
what-
never something. Oh,
Something tired.
I like when she gave that speech and she goes, if she comes to, she want to run for whatever the fuck she ran for here in New York. She had a big Yankee fan.
Yeah,
hat on.
yeah.
She goes, I've always been a Yankee
Well, over the
fan.
weekend, Senator Clinton and her campaign took a trip down south, and apparently so did her accent. Listen to this.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from.
Is she quoting a
Nobody
speech?
told me that the
I think
road
so.
would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. And the chair of all the mayors in the country, Mayor Palmer from Trenton, New Jersey.
Wow, that travel in
What
the
a
world,
phony.
but that travel in the world has fucked her up. She doesn't sound or look anything like
There's
that
not
anymore.
a genuine bone in her fucking body.
No.
There's not a
No.
genuine bone in her fucking body.
Or her husband's bone.
But no, she's this picture. This
It's a joke about
fucking
her,
picture of
too.
feminism and strength, and all she did was stay married to a guy who dumped loads on everybody but her.
And
she's
still does,
she's
I'm
your
sure.
idiot friend who just took shit.
And like Bill said, because she was married to a president, she got
Right.
to run for president. That happens in politics all the time. When one of these guys dies, all of a sudden their wife becomes the congressman.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's fucked
Like
up.
Sonny Bono's wife.
is a
Yeah,
classic
you
example.
still
of that.
is.
You don't want to get life insurance as a politician.
Right.
It's not only are they going to get money, they're going to get a great job.
Get your gig.
But how does that make
I
sense?
want to go up to the thing and say stuff and have people clap. I also think it's time to get this country back to work. All you have to do is read it off the thing.
why do they allow that?
I like parades.
Ridiculous.
They allow that in that world.
It makes no
Makes no
sense.
sense at
Dude,
all.
why is it a national story? Donald Trump announces that he's not going to run for president. Like he was this legitimate candidate.
That was ridiculous.
Jimmy had a great take on it, where he, sacrificed. You had a great take on it.
I don't remember.
Just basically where
I can't run because they're going to take away my TV show.
Right, instead of running instead of running the free world, he'd rather tell some fucking third-rate celebrity that
fucking pound cake.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He's an idiot.
He's an idiot. So is everybody who rallies to his aid.
Did he basically say the country needs him? It's time. He needs to fucking turn this thing around.
This country is bankrupt, and I've gone bankrupt many times this year.
I know how it is.
I know what it's like to be bankrupt. I know how to get out of it.
But I'd rather have a cupcake making contest with fucking third-rate celebrities.
Did you ever hear this expression, Neil Brennan? I was talking to Neil Brennan, and he was just talking. He was talking about like how certain rich people act, and he made a good point. Like people who are, he goes, yeah, someone's born on third base and they act like they hit a triple. Like, talking about, like, children of privilege. I thought, what a great way to fucking phrase it. I don't know if that's Neil's expression, but I'm like, what a fucking great way to say that is. God, I wish I thought of that.
Yeah, that would be, that's him in a nutshell.
Ugh.
You know what happened there, Jimmy? I daydreamed halfway through that.
That's okay.
It happens on the show.
Believe me, things I've been saying, everyone should be daydreaming. As soon as my mouth opens, it's nap time for the audience.
You had to say it the second time, and then I actually got it. I think I'm a little overtired here.
Yeah, a little punchy.
Why? You go out last night?
No, I'm just on West Coast time. I couldn't fall asleep till 2 in the morning.
Because you were excited about doing the show, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I always get excited.
That fucking happened. I slept
I always get
yesterday
excited
too
to
late.
see you guys. I come in, I shake your hands like I'm running for fucking office.
I know. Hi, I'm Bill Burr.
Bill Burr from the 5th District. How are you?
I think it's time for change.
My blue or red tie.
Yeah.
No, and then you'd start telling me about the hardship of your life, and I know there's cameras there, so I just sort of strike some pose that'll make it look like I'm really listening.
Well, you know, I've been out of work now for quite a few months, and it's hard raising a family on unemployment.
Now I reach out, I put my hand on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Everybody takes the pictures. Yeah.
We just want work. We just want an honest day's work for an honest day's wage.
You see, I have a blue tie on. That means I care about you.
I see that. Thank you. Hey, you got my vote.
Okay.
Gonna get my jobs. Get the job. Get America working again. And the thumbs goes up.
Thumbs up, and I get back in my Lincoln Town Car stretch limousine. I told you guys that story that time I met Bill Clinton.
No.
I tell you that he was coming to town. He was giving a speech, and my brother wanted to go. He wanted to go down there, and I was like, dude, I want to go. He's like, nah, come on, it's going to be great. So he gets me and one of my other buddies, the biggest fucking pothead ever. We could give a shit. I'm hungover. So we head down there, and we're all he wanted to do was see the motorcade go by with the Secret Service. So we're standing there waiting, and as it's coming down the street, it gets about 50 yards away from us, and it makes a left down this alley. And I'm like, great, yeah, that was fucking awesome. So he goes into some like women's college or something to go to make a speech. So my brother's like, all right, this will take like 45, 50 minutes. I'm gonna go grab a slice, then we'll see it drive by. So we're standing like, dude, this is fucking ridiculous, right? Brother leaves to go get a slice of pizza. Like fucking, I swear to God, 8 minutes later, crowd starts going crazy. Clinton starts walking down the street. It's him, Ted Kennedy, and they do like this impromptu, just shaking hands with people. And the Secret Service is freaking out, going, everybody keep your hands up. Have your hands up where we can see them. We're probably about 3 deep, standing behind these police barricades. And he came walking by, and he didn't say a fucking word. He had both hands. This is going to be bad radio bit. He had both hands in the air and this smile on his face with his mouth open like, yeah, like he was going, oh. That's what he looked like. But he wasn't saying anything. And I'm looking at the guy going, this guy's fucking retarded.
It's just,
right?
Just a photo.
But then the next day in the paper, he looked like $1 million. He had his hand up and he was like, he was laughing with all of us.
Oh, shit.
He put both hands in the air like he was going to, like, you know, give me a fucking high 10, I guess. And then he just had his mouth open. He just struck a pose.
And he knew that would look great in a still photo.
And walked right down. Dude, he looked like he had an aneurysm, but somehow could still walk. And softest fucking hands ever.
Really?
And then Ted Kennedy came by, dude, with this giant microwave head. And I'm just thinking, how did he not get assassinated? This shit, a 5-year-old could take this dude out from fucking across the river.
Shit. You shook Clinton's hand.
I more like high fived him. He just walked down like you would, like you scored a goal, you know, and you just and he just had a. That's all he did,
and he looked retarded.
Where was your brother?
Like he was on Skype and his face froze. That was basically it, and he just was walking down the thing.
There it is. Look at that.
Look at it.
Yeah, that was it. That was exactly it. That's his look. Mouth a little bit open, smiling.
He figured that shit out a long time ago.
Yeah,
Oh, that
because when
is
you talk, then
hysterical.
you're gonna have like that twisted. You can't talk during a picture.
So you freeze your face, walk, and the still
Wow.
picture in the paper looks great, no matter where you are.
Yeah, because they always want to use the one picture where you look like shit.
Yeah. So here's the
he
best
knows
part.
that.
Here's the best part. So this all goes down in like 20 seconds. They jump in the motorcade and drive away, and within like a minute, all is left is those little police horse things, stay behind it, and then some litter. And we're standing there going, oh, fuck. And then my brother comes back with a slice of pizza. And he goes, he goes, did I miss it? And we're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we shook his hand.
You really
He goes,
missed.
fuck you. And he didn't believe me, but then he saw my pothead friend. He was doing like this sort of side gallop in a circle, high out of his mind, going, I shook it twice. There it is. There's his face.
He knows. He knows how to do the face.
Make the
Yeah,
face.
because it
Just-
looks like he's either listening or answering
Yeah.
or being good-natured.
Or
He is a smart guy, man.
Reaching out to the people.
Yeah,
But it's not.
yeah, I hear you. Yeah, he's not a dumb guy.
I need to make a connection.
And they tell the crowd to keep their hands up, huh?
Probably on a fucking
dude,
walk like that.
This
I
is
think, yeah.
pre-9/11.
Wow.
When a president could be like, I'm going for a stroll.
Yeah.
just gonna walk a little bit.
around.
Gerald Ford tried it.
Press the flesh. Yeah, Ford tried it.
And,
Squeaky didn't like
on the and there was somebody with a gun. Like that's why they're so afraid of letting you walk. He tries to walk, and there's somebody with a gun on the fucking. He
Yeah.
was supposed to be in a car.
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, well.
That's a great story.
Hey,
Bill.
what would happen if you yelled gun?
Oh,
As a practical joke.
shit.
You're just doing the Clint Eastwood impression. Gun!
You would be so
Just to
fucked.
watch people in suits hitting the pavement.
Oh,
Well,
you would
speaking-
so fucked.
Speaking of which, have you heard from Dr. Steve? I guess
He's flying up.
I guess he's still flying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Actually, he did say something. He said,
Hopefully, right now he's writing his fucking last will and testament on the back of a fucking tray table.
Said the flight attendant gave me the look while you guys were phoning in that bomb threat.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she couldn't understand what you were saying, or I might have gotten a talking to by security.
Our pal Dr. Steve's flying up from Tennessee, so he's on the plane with his phone. So I go, hey, put your phone on
speaker.
on speaker.
Why would he do
And he
that?
goes, sure, no
Idiot
problem.
doesn't.
He doesn't even think twice. So I start yelling, he's got a bomb, he's got a bomb.
Jesus Christ, though.
What did he?
Yeah, but I beat Jimmy to the punch because he was going to yell the.
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, he was going to yell that. So.
Allah Akbar.
I just got in before Jimmy, that's all.
God is great! God is great!
They say that for everything.
Yeah.
God, every video you watch of them, that's all they say, no matter what they're doing.
Oh, so-
it's usually something
Dude, religious fanatics
horrible.
are some of the most scariest people because they're not afraid to die on all those guys.
All levels, right.
All levels, and it's just
it's a
like-
better. They think it's going to be better.
And they don't see the irony of your last act on earth is killing innocent people. And
Right.
somehow God's going to be all right with that.
And you're going to go to a better place.
yeah. He's using me as a tool of vengeance.
Yeah.
He does work in mysterious ways. I don't even know why I'm doing this.
It really is frightening.
Yeah.
But I watched a lot of those videos, and man, it doesn't matter what they're doing; they're just yelling that out.
I was gonna give you a compliment today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you know how everyone thinks you're a whack job for like
Of course.
walking around your house armed.
Well, yeah.
Fucking Osama had nothing on him, and he had a home invasion.
See,
It's your whole home invasion thing.
that was a Bin Laden. He didn't have anything on him.
He had nothing
I got to tell you what is
to
impressive.
try to fight him off.
Is
He
how
would've.
long he stayed alive. I actually thought about that. If an entire nation was trying to get me, like how long it would take them to find me.
To be on the lam like that, yeah.
Especially this nation with predator drones and all the fucking
Yeah.
equipment.
I would, yeah.
How long you think you would
You would
last?
find me in a wooded area within a mile of my apartment. Shivering, trying to lay prone next to a log.
Yeah, think how hard it would be to hide. When you watch those shows like Cold Case Files and I Almost Got Away with It and shit like that, we're on the lam for like sometimes a few years.
Right.
And all they're doing every day of their existence is please don't make today the day I get caught and
Yeah.
trying not to get caught. To the point where some of them just go back home and go, I can't take this anymore. Lock me up.
Yeah.
Like it just gets them that crazy.
Dude, I'm addicted to that show, The First 48.
Oh,
And
I love it. Yeah.
Saw. Did you see the one where they ran over that poor guy with the car in the park, and he had those flank steaks went flying all over the place?
I didn't see that one.
So
no.
this fucking
Happened to the
it's one of those.
groceries.
48, first 48 hours, and they're counting down. By like 46 minutes in, they already got one guy in there, right? Because he had an argument earlier. Came into the guy's house. He owed him $60, and he threatened to kick the shit out of him. Like the whole block saw that, and then somebody saw his car at the scene. So he's down there. Turns out he was with somebody else. So he's sitting there, and they're waiting to go. They're like, so we're waiting to interrogate the guy, and the guy's pacing back and forth. Like one of the worst jobs I've ever seen of trying to get out of it, just pacing back and forth. And the guy comes in, he goes, just sit down. So the guy just sits there. And he goes, do you know so-and-so? And he's like, yeah. He's sort of rocking back and forth. And he goes, yeah, we found him today. He's like, oh, yeah, where was he at? And he goes, he's dead. And he just goes back. He goes, what? Oh, shit. Oh, what?
Jumps up.
He got killed? I didn't do it. And he never accused him. It was the first thing he said. I didn't do it. The guy goes, why don't you just sit down? And the guy's sitting there going like, it was the worst acting job I've ever seen.
Oh, shit.
So then he starts, he just lets him sit with it. Just let him mulling over that, fuck, they got me. I don't have an alibi. And then this is when they always get him, when they take that one knee and they put that hand on the shoulder, just going, you got a lot on your mind. And the guy just starts, I didn't do, man, the guy was cool, man. He was cool. He's like freaking out.
I love that one where they put the hand on the shoulder and they go, look, things happen. Maybe an argument, and spur of the moment, mistakes are made. But the best thing you could do for yourself is tell your side.
Get this off your chest.
Get it out. We know what happened. We just need to hear your side. And it's like they usually crack. They must never watch the show, because when you see the cop, whenever the guy goes, yeah, I want to talk to a lawyer, the cop goes, okay, they get up, they shut that door and go, God damn it. Like whatever's making the cop mad, that's what you want to do. Yeah. And it's always when they lawyer up.
I saw one where this one dude was just so fucking hardcore. They wanted to kill this guy. They killed this guy and tied up these two women, and he fucking shot both of them in the head. Oh. One of them lived.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and when they were sitting there going like, and she actually was able to survive, come around and identify you as one of the shooters. And he goes, wow, it's goddamn heroic. He said something like that. Yeah, goddamn heroic, right? And then he goes, I wasn't there. And they were getting so fucking mad because they couldn't crack him. Why don't you just show that you're a human being? And this guy would not. Nah. He wouldn't crack.
There's three types of people. There's, I want a lawyer, and it ends right there, and then they haul him away.
Yep.
Then there's the never crack guy. And then there's the, oh, here he goes. Yeah. Oh, you idiot. He said it all. Well, we were smoking some crack, and, things, he pushed me. And I thought he was going to kill me.
Dude, it's so fucking riveting watching. I saw one time the guy, he just finally admits it, and then he starts crying. The guy's like 21. It's like, it's over. Your life is fucking over.
Yeah.
You ended a life. The whole thing, it's over. Yeah. And he started crying. This big dude crying. Can I just go home and sleep in my bed one more time? I was like, he turned into like this little 6-year-old kid.
That's all he wanted to do.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is that if I said that in front of the cops, they would probably flip out like, don't listen to that shit. He's just saying that.
Yeah.
We had Officer so-and-so listen to that. Next thing you know, he's got his own piece in his mouth.
Yeah.
That show is unfucking believable.
It
I'll tell you,
really is,
they're going to get somebody killed because
they
don't do anything to hide the witness, the rat. They just show their face.
No, they already got somebody. I think the camera crew was going in with a team that was supposed to get one of the suspects, and it was like the wrong house or some shit, and somebody got shot. And so that was. I think they stopped going out with the teams that would get.
Who got shot? Not a member of the TV show.
No, it was I think a girl got shot in the house. I'm not quite sure all the details.
Jesus Christ! Can you imagine living in a neighborhood like that? You're doing the right thing and you're sitting there pouring a bowl of Rice Krispies, and I was like, "Get on the fucking ground!"
Search warrant. That big fucking bust any door open thing that they
shot in the leg,
swing, and you just what the fuck?
Wrong guy. Is this 27 Maple Street? No, 27 Elm. Maple's the next one over. You cunt.
Sorry about the door and your fucking the shit in your pants and.
Yeah. I saw one on YouTube. They went in the wrong house, and this guy had like pit bulls, and they shot his dogs.
Oh yeah,
he freaked out. He was on the ground, and he goes, "What happened?" Because the wife was crying.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Because they shot my dogs. What the fuck? He flipped the fuck. I mean, I would lose it. Anybody shot my dog.
Oh my god!
And it was the wrong house.
I went to the wrong house, and then
Whoops.
he had these big dogs, and the dogs were barking but not attacking. But I am following procedure.
Yes, take
Remove
out the dog.
threat. So, oh, dude, it's brutal video.
Take out
Brutal.
the dogs.
I want to see the video now. Do you guys want to see
It's actually
it's
bad.
pretty brutal,
It's
yeah.
bad. You hear the dogs yelping.
I can't watch. I can watch beheadings. I can't watch anything with animals.
Yeah, I can't watch that shit either, Bill.
Should be the name of your next
You're right.
special, Jim Norton. I can watch beheadings.
I'm gonna sell coffee mugs with it. No, I there was one on all the videos I've watched that were horrible. I watched one yesterday of a dead body. 2 guys murdered a girl and they were cutting her ear off. But I could not watch.
Where?
I could not watch.
Where did you see that? Well, don't even tell your listeners. They're twisted.
There's a
enough.
video of a guy who drags a dog on a motorcycle, and apparently, like they'd only show you little screenshots, to the video, and it was the dog being dragged behind a motorcycle. Like the dog ran for a while and then couldn't keep up, and he just dragged him to death. That's the only video I couldn't watch.
Jimmy, why
I
do you
could not watch it?
Why do you watch that stuff? I don't understand.
Well, you have to come sometimes.
I watched something horrid
I can't do
last
that.
night. It was there was like a bunch of people in a trench on the side of the road with some leaves and bushes, and they were burning people. And they kept kicking the people into the
Are they
fire.
Africans?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. They thought they were witches. I've seen that one.
Yes, they thought they were witches. And one guy's just kind of sitting there with his legs on fire.
Yeah.
And he's moving around like he don't know what the fuck is going on. He's on fire. And he's just like, and the people are whipping the shit out of him and kicking him into the fire and shit. So one person's trying to crawl out of the fire, and they kick him back into the fire.
What?
They're burning people alive.
The worst-
Where?
Venezuela, they
Africa
do
or
it a
some
lot.
shit.
Africa. In fucking the one I
it's
saw in
horrid.
Venezuela, I don't know what the guy did, but he's standing there holding onto a fence, and there's a group around him, and there's someone throwing matches at him, and he keeps like trying to step on the matches.
God.
It's comical at
Like
first.
Bugs Bunny blowing out the match when Yosemite Sam tried to cook him.
What are you doing?
And eventually it took. And
He went up.
Dude, that's
went
the
up
thing
real
when you
nice.
listen to people complain about their lives.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
it's just like, can you beat this?
Yeah, top this.
Yeah.
They're burning
You
people
wonder what-
alive
it's
from
like it's-
being witches.
because we're only, I don't know what these guys, like being a witch is one thing, but it's like,
I mean, that's justifiable.
no, I mean, that's kind of silly. But it's like, who knows what these guys did half the time? Like, sometimes we'll say they were rapists. Like, you look what
Yeah,
happened in
yeah.
Connecticut, like either one of those guys that fucking killed that
Oh,
doctor's
God,
family.
they should have
If
been.
either
Oh, God.
one of them was burned alive in the street and
You'd
you
be
knew what
going,
they
yeah, that's
did, you'd
great.
go, good,
That
that's
would
what
have
you
been
get.
that classic.
Yeah.
That was too good for him.
Too good for him. It should take a rusty knife. And all right, what's your scenario?
Exactly, it's not gonna happen.
I saw a video of some guy laying there, and they took these big blocks, square blocks, and just started smashing his
How
head.
can you watch that?
Because they're faraway people, and they don't look like us.
They play
So I
the
can
Benny
watch
Hill
that.
music underneath it.
And
Yeah.
that makes it all good.
Yeah.
I have a lot
It's
more.
something weird about when they're far away, in faraway, like primitive lands, that
Oh,
it doesn't.
Jesus. That would be the end
It
of his,
doesn't bother
that
me
would be
as
the
much.
end of his political campaign right there.
Oh yeah, of course.
Far away, primitive lands.
Primitive lands.
What did you mean by that?
I mean,
potential
it's not like on the corner of fucking Maine and Elm,
Right.
and there's some guy that I don't think I could watch. But there's such savagery going on all over the world where it's just wherever it's commonplace like that. For some reason, I can watch some of that.
I know
Not
why.
all of it, some of it.
They don't have HD cameras yet.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. The crisper the picture, it makes
Yeah.
it worse too. Yeah.
And could everybody
Like
just...
Faces of Death was easy to watch, but now they're starting to say some of that shit was fake.
All of
right?
it's fake.
All of it's fake.
Most
And
of it.
can these fucking gangsters that are videotaping shit with their cameras not hold the camera like they do with the gun? Because they put it in fucking landscape mode. Everything is in portrait mode. You see a little strip of the McDonald's fight, you know? Fucking put that thing in portrait in a fucking
That's
landscape
funny
mode.
because the guy in the subway that was
Yes!
naked, that was a sideways.
Sideways, shit, they're
a
holding the
sideway
fucking
iPhone.
thing. Yeah, buck, motherfucker.
Like
No,
it's a gun. That's a good.
come
concept.
on, motherfucker, get the whole picture.
You want to see a good fucking, what were we just talking about? Oh, fuck.
Cinder blocks,
Oh,
faraway lands.
being able to watch beheadings.
No,
Anti-racist.
far away. No, far away.
Trying to catch up with Jimmy
Oh,
Stotts.
no, you're right. Far away land got me.
Okay.
Is the Mexican cartels.
Oh, they are brutal.
Anyone that goes on vacation anywhere in Mexico, you're fucking Crazy.
I almost just saw U2 in Mexico City.
Dude, I wouldn't go near Mexico.
I'd go there.
I went recently.
U2 probably has the army with them.
I'm doing the Rosetta Stone Spanish thing, so I'll be able to hear exactly what they want to do to me.
Well,
when they
right
catch
in,
me.
right?
The beatings they give each other. I don't think they behead
some redheaded Mexicans.
They-
Not a lot.
Louis
maybe
C.K.
A couple.
Louis
They've been
C.K.
beheading.
Louis C.K. is
some
a redheaded
people.
Mexican.
They fucking the beatings they give these, like they beat you to death. I've seen a lot of videos of guys duct taped up, and two guys going at them with an aluminum baseball bat, and they're just not hitting the head. Oh, it's fucking
fuck them up.
I watched one yesterday of a guy being beaten, and I think they finally beat him to death with the bat, and then they just axed his arms off, and they fucking cut his limbs off.
Why?
I can't watch that.
It's hard.
I know we all have our
I
fucking.
was just in Mexico like a month ago.
but-
It's fucking.
Yeah, I told you were stupid. You
It was
should stay away.
frightening. No, it was fine. I had an ATV. I'll get away. As they're shooting at me.
We should take a break here. Just so you two know, a bunch of people calling about antisocials. They saw you guys in D.C. saying it was fucking
Thank you.
ridiculously funny.
Phenomenal.
We have two more,
Just want to
too.
acknowledge that. Yeah, what are the next two dates?
The next two dates we have are, well, actually, June 15th in Chicago, the opening show of the Comedy Festival. We have three more, I'm sorry. Friday, July 1st in Seattle, we're doing the Paramount. And then Sunday the 3rd, the night after UFC, we will be in Vegas at the Pearl Theater at the Palms.
All right, more
Myself,
with
Bill,
Bill Burr.
Brewer, and Attell.
And Bill's in town for Caroline's. Only one show left.
Late show
Yeah,
Sunday.
added a show Sunday night.
That's it.
And,
But those tickets are starting to go. So if you're thinking about it, get on the phone now, 212-757-4100. Bill Burr in studio. Bill Burr on Twitter. Bill Burr at Caroline's. And, of course, the podcast doing very well for Bill Burr.
Monday morning podcast every Monday.
Every Monday.
We're going after you next, man. We
Nice.
signed up Joe Rogan, and we're coming your way, Bill. We're coming your way.
Got to run back to the plantation. Is that what it is?
We would
I
love
got
for
my
you.
freedom on the internet.
On the intratubes.
We would love for you to join this fucking
Is
channel.
it,
Maybe we can figure it out.
You thinking of video? Doing a video?
New video. I find videoed radio shows it kills all the magic of it. Like
Really?
I like sitting there. Like the great thing about radio is you can do other shit as you're as you're
Right,
listening,
right.
and you can laugh and drive and do all that type of stuff. But I just never found sitting there watching somebody with their headphones on, unless something insane happens, like when we threw that shit at you, and
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just guys sitting in chairs riffing.
I like the idea of being able to show like visual things on thematic shows. Like if you have like I'm gonna fucking look at other people's podcasts that do video podcasts and just goof on them. And that way you can put it up and do shit like that. Like that's
because
kind of,
then
I like that. It's thematic.
Yeah, then you're giving them something to do. But if it's just going to be like you going, this is
Just
in the paper.
yeah, but right,
Schwarzenegger, can you believe this?
Right.
It's like,
I hear
don't
you.
need to
Yeah,
watch
that's lame.
But I'm starting to get some advertising on my my podcast and stuff. Yeah, I hyped this thing this week, Cage versus Cons at the LA Coliseum. It's real cops versus real ex-cons MMA style.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's not a guy I've met who didn't go, what? So that was one of the easiest promos. I'm like, I don't need any
animosity.
copy. I got this one.
Yeah.
I got this one. I can't fucking believe I'm going to be out of town when this is going down.
That is some hatred there. Wow, really?
Yeah. It's
That
that's
sounds
funny
pretty
because
fucking
they're
cool.
all talking respectful for one another. But when it goes in there, Jesus.
when we're in the ring, it's just mano a mano. We're two men. No.
When I was inside, I was a knucklehead, but I learned respect.
Yeah, valuable lesson. And as a police officer, it's all about respecting
You know
the
what I'd
other
do
man's...
if I was the cop? I'd come down, like you always have like your theme as a fighter. I'd come down dressed to one of like those with the truncheon and the shit. How they go in and they kick the shit out of you in the cell just to make them extra mad.
a CERT team with the fucking shield, the taser shield.
That's a taser shield?
Oh, you see the taser shields? They're great. You get two guys on the taser shield, and they. This is when like
This is gladiator shit.
It's fucked up. The guy's inside like his cell, and he's been throwing shit out at
Feces
the
and all
guards.
that crap.
And he won't come out. He won't put his arms out to be cuffed or some shit. And he's wrecking the room. He's got the toilet clogged. He's making floods. They give him a chance to fucking get out, and then they shove this giant fire extinguisher size mace thing into the hole that they put the food through, and just fill the fucking room up with mace. And then if the guy still doesn't fucking come out, they open the door, pin him against the wall with taser shields. It's a shield with this metal ribbon and tape on it, and the thing goes gag, and then they just fucking tased the shit out
And
of
the
him.
thing is, you have no choice but to take the beat down every time because
No,
this
you
guy
can take the
explained
beat
it. He goes, you either do that or you back up like a bitch. And he goes, you put your hands. Then everybody thinks you're a bitch, and now it's like, oh, I guess he's
they
rapeable.
Gotta take the beating.
You feel anything? Nothing.
That's
You guys
the
feel anything?
taser.
Okay, I'm going to follow up with a drive stone. You ready? Do you feel anything? Nothing.
Why isn't he feeling any?
He's got a vest.
Are you ready?
Oh
Do
shit!
you feel anything right now? Nothing.
What do they got? A taser-proof
Because
vest?
she has a vagina, it's going to be different. He's already done this
I know.
demonstration.
He did that.
Do you feel anything?
I like how he's a lot higher on her.
Yeah.
You feel that?
Right in her pussy.
Yeah.
I don't understand what that's about.
We're going to shoot one probe into the vest and one into his leg.
How's he going to do that?
This is the Thor shield.
Taser, taser.
For those of you listening.
Take him down. Let him go down. Let him go down.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
That is complete and instant compliance.
Wait, why?
I like the first guy. He actually said ow. I think he said ow.
That was it without the vest, or the back of the vest doesn't work?
That was one in the vest and one in the leg.
No, the second part of the video when they turn around.
Right. That was
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
That was that
they
was one probe hit the vest and another one hit the leg. So apparently it works if both probes hit the vest, you won't feel it. But if one probe hits,
I'm with you. I didn't get it.
No,
I just thought it was funny to watch people hurt.
yeah.
maybe they're showing that the taser does work at the end.
Well, it works if there's one.
I think it's like hockey. You know how you don't have that protection on the back of your calf
Right.
area, like
Yeah.
a slash. I never understood that. Every game is like, it's not a lot of protection back there. Why don't you just make it wrap all the way around? How fucking hard is that? If that happens every goddamn game, there's a guy gets pissed off at another guy as he's skating up the ice, two-handed to the guy's calf, and the guy goes down like he got fucking shot. And the guy's got, hey, there's not a lot of protection back there. You haven't put those fucking pads on. It's 3/4 of the way around. Just make it wrap all the way
Make
around.
it go all the way.
That's what I'm going to sell late night. Next to the guy with the Snuggie. I'm going to sell shin guards that go fucking all, and they cover your calf too. And just have the guy take a two-hand of the back leg and be like, "Sick?
Yeah, I don't feel a thing.
Are you sick of this?" Just have the guy skating up the ice.
I still
Bill
laugh.
Burr's shin guard. There is a lot of protection back there. $19.95 each. Act now. Get a
Send
cup
you a
with it.
second
Yeah.
set. Just pay separate shipping. Really? Could you put it in the same box?
I still laugh at your ShamWow joke. How you had an easier time wiping up a spill with a plastic bag. Fucking,
That's a great line.
Actually, I think I said notebook. I like plastic bag better.
no, you said bag. You did say bag.
did I?
Oh, yeah, dude, I wish I fucking
Plastic
created that. That was
bag.
you. Notebook is funny, too.
That was before you knew how to use the ShamWow.
I didn't know you had to get it soaking wet,
gotta get
and then it
it.
absorbed all of it, and then you had to get the paper towels. See,
Right.
I went right to the paper towels. You still need paper towels with a ShamWow.
Of course you do. It's just made for
See,
fucking
when you're
cars.
wiping up something that's wet with something that's wet,
Yeah, it's
it's
gonna
kind of
leave
hard to
some
eventually
wetness.
Yes,
Yeah. That's just for cars. After you wash a car and you have to chamois it.
paper towels.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the Thor shield. I think I figured it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're training these guys, saying, okay, you fucking hit somebody and nothing happens. They got some kind of Thor shield on, right?
Yeah.
So this is how you make sure it hurts.
Yeah.
So now I'm with you.
You got to spin it around, and you got to get him to that part where there's not a lot of protection back
No,
there.
you have to at least hit him with one prong off of the shield.
Yeah, but
Off of the
he was
vest.
going up to their leg.
with the one.
Yeah, that was a little odd. I didn't get that.
maybe is there something in the vest that makes you grounded in the electricity it does? I mean, I'm really getting outside the realm of my scientific
It probably just
background.
doesn't go through.
I have no idea.
Jimmy
Maybe
is
they
rubbing
hit
it.
his leg.
Is the shield magic?
It is.
It's a magic shield.
It's magical.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, nothing better than the compliance of a taser.
Yeah.
My favorite one is the there's a big black woman on the phone and they're telling her get out of the car, get out of the vehicle, you will be tased.
Can we play it? Where
They're
is it?
letting me. They ain't. They're trying to get me out of the
Dude,
car.
that's a hilarious video. Just doing paper towels.
Oh, paper towel.
What's it called? Paper towels on YouTube?
It's basically a guy. I think I probably contributed to 100,000 of these views. It's a guy doing the ShamWow shtick, but he's just selling you paper towels.
Paper towels.
Oh, can we...
Hey, it's Steve here, and I got a big surprise. Here we go, folks. It's paper towels. Put your hand on it. Wipe it around. Look at how strong. You can't even rip. It rips if you pull a little bit too hard. Look at this. Take it down. Put it on the table. Rips again. No big deal. Stick it in the water. Look at that. Look at that. It just soaks up all the water. They're perforated. They come right apart. Crumple into a ball, throw it up in the air, it comes right back down. Holy shit, I spilled soy sauce all over the place. Oh shit, I spilled it all over the table. You can do this. Look at that, it's wet. Then you get a wet paper towel. Unroll it. Rip it off. You pull it up, barely even a stain. You can't even notice. Just once more. And then again, now you just got a crap load of squares. Look at all these squares. Put this in a frame, give it to your mom for Mother's Day. Oh my gosh, you spilled some water? No, not anymore. Paper towels. It's a kite. Put a string on it, fly it, it's a kite. Paper towels. It's easy. Look how long that is. It covers your whole hand. You can tie it in a knot. It's still there. Table's clean, kind of. Hey, you can call for your friends. Hey, friends, come over. I got paper towels. If you got two, fold this in half, put it in your pocket, save it for later. This one, boom. This is for the car, the house, your backpack. Turn it around, put it on your face. You know how many friends I make when I do this? A million. You got to be kidding me. Paper towels. You be saying I got a good grade in my test with I have best friends. Paper towels.
Paper towels are really sold in the store. Call now.
Jesus Christ. Paper towels.
Not bad.
Yeah, but $20 paper towels too much, though, dude. No one's
You
gonna buy
think
that.
so? No one's going to buy that?
It's 1995, Jim.
Yeah.
Psychologically, that number one there. I think you'd buy it.
If the number's flashing, call now. Really? I don't want to call and go.
I'm going to do one of those with toilet paper.
Sorry, we're not going to take your money. Yeah, with toilet paper, Chip. How will it go?
Probably just do all the examples. How many views has that fucking thing gotten?
2 million.
A couple million.
Wow! Amazing. It's merely amazing.
You guys see Ted Nugent on Piers Morgan? We used to have Uncle Teddy. We used to have him on this show.
I heard about it and heard he was making good arguments for the Second Amendment.
Why doesn't he do our show
always
anymore?
good. I think because we made fun of him. Uncle Ted.
Sit down, I'll tell you. Hollow Point Bull, technically. We got you, Ted. You know everything, we know nothing, we heard. Gotcha. Right, good point.
Kind of takes over the room, Bill.
Yeah, I like to shoot my own 2-point, but yeah, well, most of us don't have fucking 80 acres of land that we can hunt our own food on. Stupid.
He's going to teach everybody.
Yeah, Uncle Ted will show you how to make the bison. Great, you hunt deer, and I'll go to the fucking supermarket. You're terrific and healthy, and I'm shit. We got you. Gotcha, heard you.
I just like how he acts like he's a rebel. It's like, dude, you're almost 70.
I know.
Okay, who are you rebelling against?
He's got all of his sayings and his like little pat lines that he uses.
I love when he just talks about like eating meat, like everybody's just blown away. So, yeah, most of us do that. You're talking to 90% of the population that also does that. Look at this meat.
I kill it. We eat it. We give it to the homeless shelters. We're out there doing good things with hunting and keeping the deer population down.
This is the one thing I do.
Huge.
I do like about Ted is his whole philosophy of securing your perimeter.
Yeah,
I totally believe in that. Like,
yes,
yeah, like the end of his movie is not going to be like Scarface.
No, you must keep your perimeter secure at all times.
He's going. That guy is. Well, provided he's not on tour doing that's the big.
That's his weakness.
Yeah, he's gonna have to shoot his way back to his fucking Black
back to
Ops
the
helicopter.
compound.
But if he's in his compound when the dollar crashes and everything goes fucking nuts, he'll be fine.
He's fine. He's in good shape.
Shoot a grizzly bear, just sit back and watch it. Oh, Uncle Ted.
I'm in. Old Uncle Ted's gonna be okay. Yeah, I'm in a little too much suburbia. I need like a backwoods kind of fucking compound.
You thinking about it?
Well, I'm a little too much in suburbia. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to have a compound when
eventually you got to run out of bullets.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have to leave.
Buy the houses
I can
next
hold
to you.
off for a while, but eventually I will have to leave. But that's where the Mustang comes in. I could, I I can do a lot of maneuvering as long as the road isn't a little fucking cold and I hit a fucking guardrail.
Did you?
That was a while ago. I got it all fixed. I kind of spun it a little. Yeah. I'm taking it to Pocono Raceway, though.
Dude, I am addicted to all those car shows. I watch people buy. Coming up next, the 1991 Chevy Corvette. Now, these, for some reason, don't have a lot of value, but I'll tell you, people, these things, someday they're going to be a collector's item.
And you're like, I should probably pick one of these up.
I actually watch those, and I go, this is where all that bailout money went. Who has the money? Like, these guys just like regular guys high-fiving, and they're spending six figures. 68 Mustang GT500 is one everybody's waiting for. It comes out there. We're going to start debating at $200,000. Fucking 12 hands goes up. It's like, who the fuck has that kind of money? Who has that kind of money? I just end up screaming at the TV. I got to keep it on mute so I can just look at the...
Yeah, that's an old GTO, huh?
How much does that thing cost?
I don't know if there's a bid yet.
I got a bunch of them.
Bid yet? Oh, do you, Chip?
Yeah, in a garage.
Ah, look at that. The old GTO.
Why can't they make a fucking car like that?
That's pretty.
It's just amazing. Because there's so many safety and emissions things now. You couldn't make a car like that your entire, every tooth in your mouth would be through the windshield if you hit something at 10 miles an hour.
That's only cool because it's a retro vibe.
Yeah.
I'll take a Mercedes S-Class over that fucking day. I want a gentleman's car.
First time you have to start rolling the window down and actually cranking it. You'd be like,
you get a big ashtray, you bang your knee on. You're like, fuck this place.
Talk to the
I get a power window in this fucking thing.
Yeah, you know how hard it'd be to talk to fucking to friends of whatever gender they may happen to be by fucking leaning over and cranking that uncomfortable.
I have appreciation for both. I think like I would
Yeah,
like
trannies and cars?
Definitely.
trannies, cars, old school
That's
cars.
nice. The SS.
They're nice to look at.
Look at that. Punch that fucker up.
Wow,
That's a nice
fucking
car right
cool,
there.
man.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get the '66 Mustang. I've actually been looking at getting one of those.
Yeah.
And just try to have the undercarriage updated a little bit, and I'll be fine.
That is nice.
Mm-hmm. You guys want to hear Ted on Piers Morgan?
Uncle Ted.
Oh, Uncle Ted.
Let's see what he's teaching us today.
Look at me. I'm having a burger. I'm crazy. I'm eating meat.
I'm amused by your reaction. You're still finding that hilarious.
You're not being amused. It's hilarious. I'm on a rock and roll stage. I just sang a song about feisty.
Wow, he's losing his fucking teeth, huh?
What happened? He sounds like...
what happened to his voice?
He sounds like Spock.
He's playing his Arnold video. He's playing it on.
What happened to his voice?
Yeah, he
A
sounds
song about feisty. I mean, you got to be kidding me. On a rock, did you ever see Richard Pryor live? How about Sam Kinison? How about Lenny Bruce? I'm one of them. Get over it. That's some funny.
For a man who is a patriot, who purports to love his country, that was quite shocking disrespect
Well,
to your
let
president.
me put it in official.
I swear to I don't know the
What did he
story. I'm
say?
sorry. After making a joke about Obama on stage, what was the joke he made?
I don't know,
Do we
but
know?
Piers should shut the fuck up because he made an Obama joke. It's
It's
like,
like,
come on, Piers.
first of
stop.
all, don't talk about anything to do with our country.
Exactly.
that
A man who
annoys me.
purports to love his country.
Is that new guy who took over for Larry
Yeah.
King?
Larry King.
Oh, God, that guy, he's actually fun to watch because he's so fucking... The interview becomes all about him.
Yeah.
He does do that, right?
Oh, yeah.
We had Larry in here. Larry King was in a week ago. He was great. He fucking was great on this show.
What did he think about this corrupt accountant that took over his show?
You know what? Why didn't we ask him?
We were too busy asking him
Other shit.
about his muffed lines on fucking interviews. Like some woman saying how she was raped in her car after going grocery shopping. And after she tells the story of how hard it was, he says the first thing he asks her is, "What happened to the groceries?" He actually said that. And then he's trying to defend it on the show, why he would ask that.
He defended it.
And how important
Well, you burn
is
a
this-
lot of calories fighting off an attacker.
Right.
You might want a sandwich.
Did you have a granola bar or some kind of energy bar there?
Were you able to stop the vaginal bleeding by putting a head of lettuce against it?
Did you throw out the carrots because they were too phallic?
Did the broken eggs in the bag remind you of your own crushed womb?
We'll be right back.
We ran out of time with him. That's why.
Oh.
We should have asked him. But
What was Ted Nugent's?
yeah, let's do this. So,
Can we Google Ted Nugent joke, Obama?
as Danny's doing that, I will start the clip over. So this was after making an Obama joke.
I'm amused by your reaction. You're still finding that hilarious.
You're not being amused. It's hilarious. I'm on a rock and roll stage. I just sang a song about feisty. I mean, you got to be kidding me. On a rock. Did you ever see Richard Pryor live? How about Sam Kinison? How about Lenny Bruce? I'm one of them. Get over it. That's some funny.
For a man who is a patriot, who purports to love his country, that was quite shocking disrespect to your president.
Let me put it in official CNN Piers Morgan interview terms. Shall I?
Yes.
My limey friend?
Yes.
Anybody that wants to disarm me can drop dead. Anybody that wants to make me unarmed and helpless, people that want to literally create the proven places where more innocents are killed, called gun-free zones, we're going to beat you. We're going to vote you out of office or suck on my machine gun. You can take it whichever way you want.
Much as I'd love to suck on your machine gun.
I agree wholeheartedly with Uncle Ted on that one.
I do agree with Ted on that one, too.
Of course.
I just don't like... what I don't like is it just his self-congratulatory...
delivery is horrific.
Yeah, but he is right, though. I mean, and he feels that way fine. But you're not Richard Pryor, and you're not Sam Kinison.
That's right. I'm beyond them. I'm Uncle Ted.
Yeah, you're alive.
Uncle Ted, he sounds like a hack. You know the guy you'd see when you were going on the road?
Uncle Ted.
We just had Uncle Ted here last week. He sold out 9 shows. Oh, that motherfucker.
Fucking Uncle Ted.
Is he still bringing the rifle on stage for his closing bit? Yes, he is. Oh, that motherfucker.
And he gets like slut applause breaks by saying things that the crowd has to clap to.
Yeah.
Like, hey, the USA, are we the best? And people are like,
have to clap. Yeah. Oh, Uncle Ted.
This guy knows the joke. Bill in South Carolina, go.
Oh, does he? My finger's on the dump button.
Uncle Ted came out on stage with an AR-15 and said Obama should suck on the end of it.
Oh,
is that what he did?
Yeah, he just said the same thing on Piers Morgan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he said anybody that tries to take away his weaponry should suck on the end
That's
of
a
it.
ballsy joke to do on stage.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure the Secret Service will say hello to you.
In front of
after a
Ted's crowd, I'm sure they really turned on him.
Yeah.
Here's the second part.
The whole point of your defense is that a lot of people do drop dead precisely because you are armed to the teeth, and you'd like everybody else to be.
Not true at all. Piers, write this down. See, you're so rich.
You write this down. 80 people a day die in America from gunshots.
And 75 of them to 78 of them, statistics by the Uniform Crime Report by the FBI and the UN Study on Violent Crime, 78 of those 80 are let out of their cages by corrupt judges and prosecutors who know that recidivism is out of control, know that they'll commit the crimes again, and they let them walk through plea bargaining, early release, and program.
They still
Kiss
can't...
my ass.
Yeah.
Where you have the most armed citizens in America, you have the lowest violent crime rate. Where you have the worst gun control, you have the highest crime rate.
Very true.
Piers, choose one. Do you want a lot of crime? We have it. Gun-free zones. Do you want less crime? We have that. More people with concealed weapons permit. Why do you guys resist that statistic?
Well, you guys.
It's you guys.
No.
Well, unless you're playing the devil's advocate.
I can play any advocate I like.
You're
it's
doing
my
a fine
show.
job.
Right.
You're playing the idiot's advocate.
He's an asshole.
More guns equals less crime. Period.
He just came back. He's an informed guy. He came back with a bunch of stats. That guy could have, or unless you're playing devil's advocate, then he just switches it to like, I can play whatever advocate I want. That's not what he's fucking saying.
Right.
That's not what he's saying.
He just smashed Piers
beat
Morgan.
the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Ted Nugent is great when it comes to stats because he knows what he's talking about.
He studies that shit.
And he's an ass, but he's right.
It's so fucking true. I mean, look at the cities where you're not even allowed to have guns. They're the highest gun crime cities in the country, and you're not even allowed to have them.
I was just in New Mexico, and somebody was saying they lived in such a rural area that the cops won't. The joke is the cops won't show up unless there's a body. So the joke up, and people have just armed.
Oh yeah,
and the joke out there is shoot, shovel, and shut up. And I was like, I got to get the name of this town because I think Anthony wants to buy a summer home out there.
I certainly do. I swear, when I finally do retire from the broadcasting industry, because it's New York is kind of you got to kind of be here.
Right.
I am moving to, I think, like either Arizona, Texas, somewhere where
see you
I
fitting
can
in there,
fucking.
Anthony.
Are you really going to move?
I could get, for what I paid for my house here, I could have fucking hundreds of acres, a palace, fucking, and just be able to go out and shoot machine guns. I could shoot machine guns instead of having to tiptoe and walk on eggshells to just fucking shoot a 22 at a range.
What about
well,
your
it's
family?
kind of, it's dense population here. Population, Long Island, New York City, in Texas. You couldn't just walk around.
I understand I can't walk out and blast outside my yard.
I
I
know,
understand.
with your
I don't have
robe
that.
open and your dick hanging out. I know that's what you want to do.
Who wouldn't?
America.
What about?
But it's like,
but what about the family? You can't leave them behind.
Oh, please.
You would just start over
He
somewhere.
lets them in an airport. Of course
There's
he can.
airplanes. Yeah, there's aircraft. I'll make it home every so often.
Jesse James really got you thinking, huh?
Oh God,
we had Jesse James in here.
Great.
Yeah.
He could fucking, he's
could
got a
shoot whatever the
shitload
fuck
of
he wants.
land. He's got fucking, you got the freedom to actually fucking own a firearm without being made out like you're a lunatic.
No, that is like I'm terrified of guns. I didn't grow up around guns, but I totally think you're an idiot if you're trying to get rid of that, and you're like, it's the stupidest argument ever that you will outlaw them and then they'll go away. It's like, no, then only the government and the bad guys will have guns.
Right.
Great idea.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I don't agree with him saying that he's Lenny Bruce and that was a hacky,
Oh no, that's
stupid joke.
Shit.
Not into that, but his defending the Second Amendment. Yeah, absolutely.
I was talking about the other day about the country and the direction we're going in and how bad it's gotten with like I said the IRS sent me a letter. They examined. They don't audit anymore. They examined my 2008 return and said that I owed them upwards of $31,000. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I send it off to my accountant, and he's like, oh, for some reason they didn't take out the deduction for the interest you paid on your home. So I'm like, oh, okay. We'll just send them.
That's in your favor then.
Send them the statement and problem solved. I just got a letter from them. Just got a letter that said and this is the part that got me, after a careful examination of all of what you sent us, please send us $31,000. And then the reason behind it. Now I'm trying to look for the reason. I look for the reason. It said, could not read statement of mortgage. Because they couldn't read it.
Get a lawyer, dude. You can get out of that.
Oh, believe me. No,
Yeah,
I sent it back off to my accountant, and he goes, we'll send them a nice, big, clear copy. But the fucked up thing was, it said,
you should sell them those old people glasses.
Send them the whole thing. Old people glasses. Make the thing the size of one of those giant fucking checks that they give people that win. Just fucking, like all that shit. The thing that got me, though, was the balls to write that after carefully examining this, we determined we couldn't read it, so pay me, motherfucker.
Well, you didn't pay your share.
Oh, you cocksucker. No, that got me. So that got me
I'm
talking.
surprised that they went after a guy at your level because you can afford counsel. Like that's the joke I was going to say. After further examination, what kind of a lawyer can this guy?
Yeah, what kind of a lawyer can this guy muster up? Huh? But what really got me, and that got me talking about, like, and people always bring up the forefathers and what they intended and stuff. And most of it's always bullshit. Somebody just evokes the forefathers to make their point. But when you think about the fact that there's no way now that the public can do anything against the government. And that was never the point. The public was always supposed to have enough power that if the electoral process started getting corrupt or wasn't working, that they could powerfully remove the government.
A certain segment of the population. Don't forget.
The population.
No. Only a certain segment.
The American population was supposed to be able to forcibly remove the government if they got too much power. Yes.
No. But I'm saying the whole population didn't have that right.
Really?
No, blacks didn't have it. Fucking women didn't have it.
No, I wasn't talking about them. They weren't people back then. They weren't fucking people.
That's what I'm kind of saying. Whenever people invoke the forefathers, you have to kind of look at their mindset at the time. It's like people complain about corporations running everything now. Well, that's kind of what they were doing then.
That's a different.
They had a club built that they were the fucking bosses of, and that they controlled everything.
Look, there's an element of truth to what you're saying, and an element of truth to what Anthony's saying too. There were no free speech zones.
Right. You could just talk. You could gather up people.
If you had a protest, they kind of have been, but they did, the Riot Act. Remember reading about the Riot Act?
The Riot Act
was basically
that means I can't talk publicly because I'm a riot.
You're a regular riot.
That was basically What he's saying is basically it's been the same game. It just keeps getting bigger, and they're more in control of it.
But we can't. We've reached the point now of no return. We can't, as a population, overthrow it sounds horrible.
No.
Overthrow the government.
No, you
there
can't.
was a time in history where it
was
could
doable.
have been
It was
done
doable.
if the government got corrupt, got too much power, started acting like the king in England and the reason they left. And it's gotten to the point now where so many freedoms are taken away. If you even talk like that, they will throw your ass in jail.
I also know, I think it's the level of technology and the weaponry. Dude, I remember when I came in here and I was talking about that crap gun they're coming out with. Can somebody please confirm that? Because I always sound crazy when I bring this up. I refuse to believe it. But it was like this.
The brown note, I think it is.
Yeah, they shoot this.
I saw that on,
It sounds like
Mythbusters.
Is it true?
No, I don't think it is.
Okay.
They did it on Mythbusters, and they couldn't come up with a note that made him shit his pants.
No, it wasn't. Like they're saying it was some sort of ray.
A ray
And
gun.
They shoot it at
Yes,
protesters.
a ray gun. Boom. We'll call it the Ronald Reagan. Yes.
And then eventually, like your want to overthrow the government is overpowered by your not wanting to suffer the humiliation of shitting yourself. In public.
But you have no freedoms to really resist the government anymore. They have every power to put on you whatever they want. You don't own your house. You don't own your fucking property. It's not Little House on the Prairie anymore. You don't own your own fucking property. Try not paying pay your income tax. Do all that. Try not paying your property tax. They will fucking kick you out of your house, and you're done. And you're fucking done.
You know the whole thing is back in the day when you got a log cabin, you didn't have a 30-year mortgage. 30 years is such the perfect thing because you get in right in your 30s at this point.
I was just looking at 30 years.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You get in there.
Behind you.
To 30 years. So by the time you finally pay this fucking thing off, you're in your dude. What the fuck was that? My gallbladder?
Yeah,
in
you're
those
done.
years.
You're not strong
Yeah.
enough.
So now
you're beaten down.
And then your insurance company drops you. Now you have a pre-existing condition. Now you got to take out a second loan, and then you're fucking out. You're out. And they move another 30-year-old in, and they just keep it going. You
Keep it rolling.
Yeah, you don't own your house. It's bullshit.
No, you don't.
I've been
You're
fucking
just
trying to
renting it for
pay down
30
my
years.
place. My accountant told me I was out of my fucking mind.
Yep.
I'm not, dude. No, I'm not.
Mine
No, you're
told me the same fucking thing.
Fuck the account. I paid mine off. Fuck the accountants.
That's what I did.
Dump it to the principal. Fuck the accountants. Don't listen to them.
I'll pay Elvis taxes rather than sitting there paying that fucking interest. They're going to take it.
Absolutely.
I would
I
definitely
agree,
rather
Bill.
do that because now I look, if I fucking get laid up and I fuck up my whatever and I can't work, I don't have to worry about them taking.
Yes.
Well, as
Dude,
long
I'll tell you,
as you can pay your taxes.
I want to buy
for the rest of your life.
I want to buy a house out in L.A. and I can't fucking do it. I have the money, but I can't fucking because they're like, oh yeah, you can take it out of that fund, but we're gonna fucking take like 40% in penalties. And fees.
It's like, can I get a loan against it?
And the whole reason why I put it on the crap table was because if I didn't put it in there, they were going to take 25% of it. So it's not really your money. It is your money.
No,
do what you want.
Oh, you mean the deferred tax money that you put away?
I'm just saying, like, why can't I just fucking make money and just leave it in a goddamn bank without you fucking assholes
you fucking dipping
taking all
into
of it, you
all
cunts.
the time?
Then they go, okay, yeah, go ahead, leave it in the bank, and we're going to take this giant chunk out of it. You're never going to get ahead, or you can stick it on the crap table. They fucking waltz you in there. Yeah.
You see the interest they
It's
give you at the
so-
banks nowadays?
Dude, I just yanked out.
I looked at my statement the other
humiliating.
day. I cannot believe
I yanked my money out of the bank.
They
I took
make
a
it-
substantial. I took about 80% of my money
There's
out of the
no
bank.
reason to leave your money in the bank. You're not making anything
I
off
took it all
anymore.
out of Bank of America.
It's pennies.
And I put it into like
A
just
sock
mutual
drawer.
funds, like
Yeah,
really
safe
safe
shit.
investments, 2-3%, something.
Until the government collapses.
Ann would probably know this, and maybe any of us would probably know this, I guess. But I'm going to go with Aunt. I was telling my wife there was a time. Didn't you used to get like 10% on your money in a
10,
bank?
14, 15% on your money in the bank.
Am
and
I
you'd sit there.
am I crazy for saying this?
People that had $1 million
were making
able to bank it
$100,000
and
a
live
year.
and live
Off the
off
interest.
of $1 million.
Am I crazy saying it was up to 10%?
Yeah,
When we were growing up?
no, more than that.
It was more
You
than
get-
10%.
Yeah, you could get 14.
I didn't have money back then, but I sort of remember my dad and people
Dude,
talking
it's-
about how
it's
they're getting
all-
10% on their money in a bank. I looked at my statement. I don't even think we're getting
Less than a percent, dude.
Yeah,
you get
and the,
less
and the
than a
more
percent.
money you
Less than
had in,
1%,
the more
right?
money you had in, the better interest
The better
rate they
interest
gave
you
you.
got.
So it's like,
is
why
fucked.
leave the money in the bank? I might as well put it in a safe in my house.
You're
I like
losing,
when
yeah,
people,
money.
and people say don't do that because they go, well, you know, each account is insured. up to like 200,000.
200,000.
Yeah, until it isn't. Until it isn't. It's bullshit. It's like all those fucking people down in New Orleans had flood insurance until the insurance company told them to go fuck themselves.
Right. Yeah. Right. FDIC.
Dude, insurance is one of the biggest fucking scams.
I don't get insurance.
That's
my health insurance covers everything except what ails me. Whatever I go in there.
Of course.
Of course. Dude, my fucking I have dental, okay, and just if they have to fucking use if they just can only use the scrapers. If they use that electronic fucking thing,
which makes it easier for you.
Yeah, the new technology.
Got a cavity?
They don't
fuck
cover.
you, pay me.
They don't,
you need root canal? Fuck you, pay me.
That's what it is. They don't cover it, and then they give me like $45 for a cleaning. It's like, where am I going to go and get a $45 cleaning?
So you have to sit there and get your teeth scraped just to try to save a few bucks.
I don't. I just say fuck it.
Yeah, I know. Most people would just say fuck it, and they know that.
Yeah.
They know that.
Get all amped up here. I just pulled the mic off.
But there are people that can't make that choice, and they have to sit there and get their fucking teeth scraped because they don't want to pay the extra.
Well,
that's bullshit.
But the whole thing is it's almost like who's to blame at this point, because it's like, you're right, the insurance companies are fucking pigs, but then again, if they're not pigs, they'll be overcharged for everything. But then again, if the doctors don't overcharge for everything, their medical malpractice insurance,
yeah, their malpractice insurance,
it's horrible, and people
money.
are great pigs and will fucking
I'm going to tell you right now, Jimmy, there is plenty of money that we could all have. The amount of fucking taxes we all pay. If those guys weren't such corrupt cunts stealing all of it.
Exactly.
There's plenty of money. We should have cards just like they do in England. My fucking elbow hurts. You slam your card down and you're fine. Just sit there and act like that's going to cost zillions. It's like if you assholes weren't buying hammers for fucking $90 a fucking whack.
Yeah,
90. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and
I know what you're saying, but that number's
you know
way
what it
up
is?
there.
It's all corrupt horseshit.
I don't mind
I'm on my stump over here.
I actually don't mind if they want to do stuff like that, but don't put it all on my fucking back and on my tab because I just happen to get lucky in life. And but now I'm the criminal. I'm the guy that Obama, I'll say it, and the Democrats look at and say, "Oh boy, look at another rich guy. We got to make sure he does his part." I do my part fucking 3 months, you cock.
You're the kind of rich guy they want to get. They don't want to get. They don't want to get those super rich guys that got an army of. You're dude,
get me. I'm prime.
You're standing there with your cash, wearing one of those hospital aprons that doesn't cover your ass.
Right, yes, just getting fucking up the ass. Fucking, I'm a single white guy that did well. And I am looked upon. If they could paint a picture of who they fucking want America to despise, it's me.
They don't want you to stop. They're just trying to dude, we've been fighting 2 fucking wars. We're bankrupt
forever,
and they need cash. They're shaking you down. That's what that 31,000 is. They're grabbing you by your ankles. They're tipping you upside down.
That's why they carefully examined a smudge on my fucking tax form.
But you can't let the people off the hook either, because the government is just made up of fucking us. It's like
you know what? I realize it's not. It's really not. It's made up of a system. No, there are people in it.
Greedy. The people are fucking. Look at the way people have to litigate everything. The way fucking parents complain they want rules in school changed because their kid is different. People are self-centered fucking twats, and that's why the government is filled with self-centered twats, because they come from us.
People anymore. See, you can.
No, but I agree with what he's saying, because most people can't handle a position of power. They are us. They're a bunch of greedy cunts who have. Like
shit.
It's like
saying the fucking
Schwarzenegger had the option to fucking do that, so he did it. And then a bunch of people who don't have the option then can sit around and judge.
I don't think it's the same thing.
I wouldn't do that.
Here's what the government is. It's like saying that a tilt-a-whirl ride are the people in the ride. No, it's the ride. The government is the ride itself. The politicians are in it. And they can't do fucking shit.
So if you want to shut down the ride now, let's see if we get somewhere. Where do you have to go? Where do you have to go?
You gotta pull the plug.
Where do you have to go? The Federal
banks
Reserve.
are the fucking
you gotta
power
go to the Fed.
that rides the
Ron
machine,
Paul in 2012.
Now you know why you're getting audited, Anthony. I'm not saying shit.
Believe me, no shit. I know
they're
stuff
not gonna be
I've
looking
said.
at. They're not going to be looking at my.
I know stuff I've said on this show. Stuff I've said on this show has kept their nose in my fucking ass since 2000.
Join the
They've
movement,
had their nose
Opie.
in
There'll
my
be
fucking
3 of us.
asshole. That's it. Leave me alone.
I've just given in. I just say fuck it.
Give up?
I got a good girl. I got a dog. Fuck it. I don't give a shit.
You do. American dream.
Yeah, I don't need a house. Go
you
fuck
don't need
yourself.
a house.
Really? Is that how much you want? Here, I'll throw another $100 at you. Does that make you happy, you cunt?
What if the price of housing continues to go down, though, Bill?
Oh, dude, they're sucking you in. They're sucking you back into that
to get
shit.
you right back
Huh?
in.
Look how cheap
They're pulling
slavery
me
is,
right
Bill.
back in.
Hey,
look how cheap the slavery is.
God, you have an answer for everything.
Would be great.
Logically, too, by the way.
No, you don't go. No, you go out and you buy a house where you can kick the shit out of the principal. That's what you do. You don't take fucking 30 years to pay the fucking thing off. You're better off not to do it.
Should I be kicking the shit out of the principal at this point?
Yeah.
I do, of course.
Yeah.
You pay interest to these fucking scumbags. I had to give the bank 6% interest. Fuck them.
You
I
know
mean,
how
they
much you
loaned me
would
the
pay-
money. They deserve something for that. But they wanted 10 years of interest only?
What if my
Absolutely
my
not.
portfolio is making 12%?
Well, that's what people's portfolio was until Bernie Madoff popped up and until the fucking market
Well,
collapsed.
what if you're very diversified?
I'm
very diverse. I'm making a.
That's the argument
I'm
in
making
favor.
a nice fucking.
Dude, that's the argument in favor of paying the interest. So you pay 6% to the bank, you make 11%, so you're making 5% with a huge fucking risk. That's why I was like, I'm dumping it into principal. I dumped it into principal.
Take your mortgage payment and just multiply it times 12 and then times 30 and see what you're really paying.
Oh,
dude.
I know.
Your
It's
fucking
retarded.
jaw will
Believe
hit
me,
the
I look
ground.
at it every month and you see what goes to principal.
It's
and what goes
staggering.
to
You end up. I was going to pay basically 210%.
I throw extra at it. I throw extra at it
I-
every month.
What my loan was, I was going to end up paying back more than double of it. So it was like 210%. Is
Yeah.
what I was going over the course of time. So then you figure over the 30 years, how much does it fucking appreciate?
Not that much.
First of all, I'm down.
You're down
200
right from the start.
Yeah, I'm down already over twice what the fuck I took out. And then, oh my God, a pipe burst. I got this tax, I got that tax, all that bullshit. I got the what do they call it? The management fees or whatever I got to pay every
Right.
month. In the end, if you break even, you fucking killed the banks.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
You
So-
got condo fees, right? Maintenance fees.
yeah, maintenance fees. Yeah.
Doesn't that drive you fucking insane?
Well, I understand that they have to.
To a point, but they're also
No, this is what
they're
scares
also
me.
raping
This is
us.
what scares me is I have a co-op and I paid it off, so I think, all
you have a
right,
co-op?
and I'm
Fuck.
like, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Oh,
blah,
you
blah.
could be. I could make no money. At least I got a roof over my head.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
No,
you
if
have to
I own
get money
shares.
coming in.
Basically, no. I own shares. I don't own that apartment. I own like 2 shares in the building. And the way they pay me is they give me this 2 little rooms. But if everybody else goes bankrupt and it goes in and only 2 shares are paid off, the whole fucking thing goes back on the crap table and I got to start renting my place again or get the fuck out.
Wait, that's for a co-op or
That's
condo
for a
too?
co-op.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
So you gotta hope everyone else stays in the
But
game.
that's- And Bill
The
can't
game
sell it
is
to whoever he
You can
wants.
never stop running on the wheel.
No, you gotta.
But
keep
you can't
running.
sell it to
It's-
whoever you
it's-
want either, Bill. They have to approve who
Yeah.
you sell it to.
It's a
Well,
listen
that's
to
to keep. You know.
They created a fuck or be fucked pyramid. It's
Yes.
when the guys at the top are fucking banging people and you're trying to pass it on.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and it goes all the way down, and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So, like, that's what I'm sitting there looking at shit. I want what's this? If you started a $200,000 mortgage today, you would finally pay more principal than interest in your payment in November 2029.
2029, you would start
18 years.
You would start actually paying more principal than interest. It would take till 2029.
Most people can't just
18
dump a lot of
years.
principal in.
No,
I was lucky
no.
I don't have a family, so I was able to. But
Yeah.
if you can, you're insane not to. I don't buy the argument if it's a write-off because you have to spend it to write it off.
Why is it legal to front end load all the interest? I get the bank has to make money, but you just
see
sit
that
there
shit?
and I'm,
Oh, they do. They front end
And they
load
pay
it.
nothing. They pay no interest. It's terrible.
That's at 6%. Yeah.
Jesus.
It's all
This is
front
the
end
schedule.
loaded.
At 6%, just to be fair. So this is a $200,000 loan at 6%. Then when you make that first month's payment, you only pay $200 in principal, and you give the bank $1,000.
How do they?
That's
How is
illegal.
that legal?
It's legalized loan sharking.
Usury.
Absolutely.
It's legalized usury.
But don't worry, guys. The next month gets better because that was June, and you paid $199 of principal. In July, you get to pay $200 in principal,
Yeah,
and
it
you
goes
only
up a
pay
dollar.
$999 in
So
interest.
it's $1.
Yeah, they want their money.
No,
Hey,
but it's
thanks.
great when you
And it
get
ticks
when you get
by.
from June when you get to October, you actually pay $1.01. 1 cent.
No, that's not bad.
But what's
More.
what's the penalty if you paid off early?
Well, that's the thing. Different
Depends
mortgage
on your
companies.
loan, right,
Yeah,
yeah.
some have prepayment penalties and some don't.
Amazing.
Imagine a prepayment penalty.
Yeah.
Is fucking
Yeah. Hey,
I'm
you
lucky I didn't
fucker,
have
and I'll
that.
pay it
They
off.
look at you because they look at that thing and they say, okay, Jim took out this. This is how much money we're going to make off of him. And when you pay it off early, they'll look at it like we lost 80 grand on this guy the last time.
Yeah.
I don't like this guy. He understands money.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Oh, I fucking...
Let's give him a higher interest rate or something.
Yeah, we know he's just going to pay it off quick.
My
so
credit cards
let's
hate
fuck
me.
him.
I don't think I've paid credit card interest in 6 years.
Yeah, you pay the whole
Be
thing.
careful on that. This is what they do.
I don't care.
What do they do there?
No. This is what they do. You gotta. You sit there. You sit there and you think if they go, okay, make this credit card payment by May 15th. You think you've sent it on the 14th. Fuck you. I don't pay any interest. That's not like a couple of my credit cards. How they do it is they send it to a processing center first. They make it late. They make it late, and then if you don't pay attention, they're charging you fucking interest. So what you got to do is when you get the bill, you send that motherfucker in early. But then you run the risk of them actually, they've been rumors, them talking about possibly dumping people who do that. Because then it becomes, well, what we have to make our money.
Yeah, we're not making money off of you.
It's like, well, I pay my fee every year, $55 for
We're just
having
loaning you money for nothing, no interest.
Because credit card interest compounds daily. It's not like a monthly thing where every month it accrues. Like every day you're getting charged credit card interest. So even though you think you wrote that check to pay it off, you probably still owe a couple of days interest on it.
But I pay it in full every month when I can.
Well, yeah, no, that's a different thing.
That
we're
actually
talking about
made sense.
two totally different things.
And it was the wife of someone who figured that out. I never even investigated it. I just presented it as
fact. But somebody's told you something with a coffee cake.
Uninformed is back.
No. What's great about my arguments is all you need. You need one or two questions fired back at me, and the whole thing falls down to the ground.
That really was funny. Bill, because you were very convincing, too.
Yes.
Dude, who told you that? We were fucking at the diner.
Some fucking...
And the waitress's friend came over.
Whatever.
And then Danny, who's got fucking Sly Stallone t-shirt on.
Hey, it's Preacher, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
I never opened my mouth about anything. I said something about yesterday because I used to be in garbage. I used to be a garbage man, and I said something today because I used to be a loan officer. I promise I'll never say anything again.
I'm in
You used to be a loan officer? Look at this.
They give those jobs to anybody. That's why this country is in fucking the situation that we're in. Because guys like me are fucking are bilking you at closing costs, and we want to.
Dude, you can afford it.
I want to. Dude, believe me, I want to make you pay as much as I possibly can because then I get that job when I was a loan officer. That was draw versus commission. I didn't get paid unless I raped you.
How did they hire you? Did they
Two
say,
very
looking
similar
for a man
jobs,
with a
by the
juicy
way.
ass?
They said, here, why don't we hire you? We don't have to pay you. We'll teach you how to rape people, and then that's where you get your money from.
I was going to say two very different jobs, then I realized it's two very similar jobs: garbage man and loan guy.
Just dealing with garbage all
and producer of this show.
Oh, there you go, a third job.
I'm still a garbage man.
Yeah, is it still fucking just taking out the trash?
And it's wrapping up cords. That means let's get the fuck out of here.
We have
Bill Burr's going to come back tomorrow, though, right, Bill?
Absolutely.
Great.
I miss doing this show.
Yeah. I fucking love talking about shit like this because over the years, have you noticed, I've definitely changed my attitude on the banks, the banking system, the government, and things like that. I think I'm a little more in Bill's camp than I used to be.
Yeah, and I came more Jim Norton's way, where I realized that, everyone's just sort of a selfish piece of shit.
Selfish piece of shit.
It actually, that helped.
Yeah,
rather than thinking that they were these shapeshifters.
Well, you know what tells you? What tells you? Look at the fucking head of the International Monetary Fund.
Yeah.
Some fucking African immigrant who probably has AIDS because she lived in HIV housing. He fucks her mouth and everything's over. That's how fucking fast, or fucking, and we've made this example before, but in Watergate, this fucking bullshit fucking rent-a-cop sees a break-in and the presidency is ended.
The government
there's
is
a weird
just
checks and
torn
balances
down.
here that a lot of societies don't have.
But the thing is you never get to those guys.
The big guys.
The guys behind the guys. The guys every time you go down to Washington, it's always creepy because the person taking you the morning radio, and you go, wow, look at the Capitol, look at the White House, and then they drive just by some building. He goes, those are the people who fucking run everything. Those are the guys.
That's the building?
Yeah, those are all the lobbyists, and you try to figure out who the fucking lobbyists work for, but it's all
That's the most powerful building, but no one gets their picture in front of it.
Yeah, that whole theory of the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
What do you want, this guy or this
That's
guy?
the same choice, basically. That's where I'm at with that shit.
Yeah, I don't see the difference between
I don't see
Democrats
a big
and Republicans.
difference.
There's no single person that is responsible responsible for anything. Like it's a consortium, an organization of this. So if you're like, who made that up? It's like, well, this was voted on by a consortium
That's the
of
thing.
this.
They let you vote for president, but then like major shit that you really want to vote about, like they handle that.
Yeah,
There's
we'll
just
take care.
laws.
We'll
take care of that. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. We got your best
You can
interest
trust
in
me.
hand.
Yeah.
Didn't fucking Leon Panetta, though, or is that his name, the CIA?
Yeah, yeah.
Those guys got fucking dragged out through the mud in front of Congress.
Once again, those guys are not.
They're the front men.
Yeah, those.
They're your front
But
men.
you can't be more of a decision maker than the head of the CIA. I mean, him, NSA. I mean, those guys are.
That's the way the
extraordinarily-
Kennedys thought. You can't get any higher than the presidency. Let's try to shut down that mob.
Kablam! Yes, we'll take out through the kitchen.
Yeah, that was a that was a job removal. That was basically what happened there.
Job removal.
Jesus.
Collect your
that's
things,
pleasant.
getting this convertible.
Yeah, go ahead.
The French
It's gonna be
guy, going back to Jimmy's thing, he was told to fucking resign, man.
Yeah.
The guys above him said, you're resigning today. He
Yeah,
didn't
dude, they're not going to let you get into a high level of power unless you're on the right team.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, that even happens at the lower levels where, like, unions would be like, who the fuck is this guy? Everybody get out there and vote. Like, you just don't want... You got to know the guy that's going in there is going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't ask any follow-up questions. I almost ran out of steam on that. The guys with the unions and...
guy.
We're packing up.
Bill Burr and Caroline's, everybody.
Yes, Bill Burr.
Only one show left. Sunday night, 10:30 show. A few tickets available. 212-757-4100. Jimmy,
Hilarious.
you good?
Two announcements. My interview with Aziz Ansari airs tomorrow on Raw Dog, and I think 6 p.m. Eastern. And there's a Jim Norton weekend on the Boneyard. They're replaying a bunch of my shows starting tomorrow, also 6 p.m. on the Boneyard here.
Hey, what are you doing June 15th?
I'll be in Chicago, sitting between Jim Brewer and Bill Burr, giving them each a hand release while Dave Attell services my meaty cock.
At the Chicago Theater.
Yes.
Great.
Also, my latest video of Jim Norton jerking off a fucking burritos up for your viewing pleasure.
Very childish.
Oh, what is it?
A selfie wrap.
I like calling it a burrito.
No,
It's very disturbing to see what Jimmy looks like jerking off, but we capture that moment for you.
I enjoyed that video more than I thought I would.
Everybody behave yourself. Roland is here.
Yeah, watch out.
His eyes are still evil.
Yeah, Roland, you're looking very handsome today.
Are
I
you,
have no
Are you
problems
turning
with
back
you.
to happy-go-lucky, Roland, or are you still like, I'm going to kill someone,
He
Roland?
really is a sycophant, huh? You got the Springsteen stuff on every day. I really would not. I wouldn't mess with you on any level.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And I want to talk about it.
I'm happy.
I want to talk about Ant's driving video tomorrow. You didn't really talk about it today.
Oh, no.
Off air you did.
Yeah, I'll make another one. It's just one of those things.
All right. Maybe we'll
I'm testing out these new cameras because I'm doing Pocono Speedway Saturday. I'm going to Pocono with stock car and shit. So I checked out this head cam and dash cam shit that I'm going to do to get some good good video of it.
You should do a show on that. You should do it. You should do a TV show on that Speed Channel. You've seen that new show? The Pinks, whatever, that drag racing.
Oh yeah, where they racing for pinks.
Yeah, that guy Willie B. I should do radio with him out in Denver. I don't know if he's still out there. Great fucking guy. I saw him.
He's
yeah,
doing
he got that gig. Yeah,
nice
it's
gig,
awesome,
yeah.
man.
Fuck yeah.
It's a great gig, huh?
Because I wish I knew how to fix cars. All right.
Yeah,
we should have quit a minute ago. It's kind of
fags.
petering out. Everybody stood up. I have my jacket on.
Yeah, we're all ready to go. I got my bag in
my
my hand.
headphones are off. Am I even on the air anymore?
Who knows?
Take it easy.
All right, time to turn off the channel. Go somewhere else for an hour until Ron and Fez are on. And is Fezzy going into the nut house? What's the rumor there?
I know.
Ant's actually leaving as I asked this. But...
yeah.
No, I'm curious. A lot of people talking about Fez.
We'll
What's
talk
going on?
about it in the next hour.
No, stop, Sam. What do you know?
I have no idea.
Is there someone just starting a rumor that Fez might end up in a nut house?
Yeah, I don't.
It's coming in a lot. So what's
Is
going
it the
on?
same guy?
Talk about it during the shit hour so I can hear it on my way home.
Okay.
Maybe
listen.
when Ronnie does part of that show with you today.
I'll ask him about it.
Yeah, because people are fucking writing it like crazy.
Is it different people?
Yeah.
That's weird. Everybody's gone. What happened? Everybody left. It's not my hour yet. We haven't got a commercial. I mean, I know what time it is, but we would have to go to commercial. You only took two breaks today. You're writing. It's writing. I'm not here. Well, yes, you are. I don't even have control over the board or anything. You're still there. You're writing. I can hear it. This
is not my show. This is still Opie and Anthony material, by the way, folks. I'm not responsible for what you're hearing yet. I refuse to be. What does that say? If you don't hear me, I'm not here. I guess those are the rules of radio, this being an audible medium. How does the energy leave a room so quickly? You had Bill Burr and Jim Norton and Anthony. Then all of a sudden everybody clears out and there's nobody left. Just me, and I thought Opie was here, but apparently he's not. Can you hear that marker moving at home? That's Opie writing. So now you're talking to yourself. No, I'm not. I'm talking to the listeners. I'm like Rush Limbaugh. I'm just a man sitting alone in a room talking to his listeners. We're having a conversation, all of us together. You in the car. You sitting in your living room. You laying in bed thinking, I don't want to get up. I'm talking to you too. All of us having a conversation together. Who's that? Roland, this isn't my show yet, technically. Stop making believe I'm here. All right. I didn't read that. Opie's not here. So who are you if Opie's not here? Roland, somebody's got to send this to break because I can't start my show until this goes to break.
But Opie's not here.
He's right there. He's writing.
No, he's not.
He just stopped talking and started writing. That's not the way it works.
That's not him.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Oh, boy. Can I throw it to break or no? Because it's up to you. It's your call.
Go.
Because it's still your show. And we're way behind on breaks, right, Travis? He's just going to nod.
Ooh, that's dirty what he just wrote.
I'm Sam, and I'm not going to say the rest of it. The
And
rest.
I like Kissy Man. Ah, you like Kissy Man.
You got that? You can isolate that?
Son of a
Thank you.
bitch. Son of a bitch.
That's why you don't say
Son
those
of a
things,
bitch.
Roland. Gotcha.
Goddamn. Rape me with a rake.
Rape me with a rake. Yeah, this is really starting to cut into some of my time. We're going to go over some of the stuff that happened on the show. There's some bits I
Sammy
want
1
to
hours
play.
can cut in.
I know. Because, I mean, you got to throw it to break or end your show.
And he has to pay the 3 minutes of Rogan's.
It's like 15 minutes.
Oh.
I got to play a Joe Rogan clip. He's coming to the channel. I mean, I'm probably going to have to take a break after Opie and Anthony Live. Because there was only 3 Opie and Anthony segments. I'm not drinking that water. That's Opie. That's how you know he's still here. Roland's not drinking either. That one. Okay, that was you burping, Opie. That time, that was pretty much talking. Burping is very close to talking. Oh, you're scratching your balls. I have to use that mic. It's way too close to your testicles. I mean, out of respect, I would say don't throw to break, at least until Opie's leaving. Now he's putting on his coat. It's the Opie and Anthony show, by the way. It's not. See, you can hear. People can hear you moving the bag. They know you're still here. You hear the zipper of your camera case. All right, you took the headphones off. They just heard you put the headphones down. That was audible. They can hear your bag. It's a loud paper bag. You're not even going to say goodbye? He's walking out. Roland's following him. Obviously, he's got to pitch some guess. I'm telling you, he's walking out. See, you could tell he just walked out because he slammed the door. I guess I've really taken over the Opie and Anthony show at this point. But I'm going to do the responsible thing as a good broadcaster and tell you I hope you've enjoyed today's Opie and Anthony show. Stay tuned, because after Opie and Anthony Live, Danny's showing his butt in the other room. That doesn't help either. Again, it's not a visual medium we're on, and nobody else except for me and Travis, who's sitting right next to you, pretending not to like it, can see your butt. Stay tuned. After Opie and Anthony Live starts, because it hasn't started, starts after this.
The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.